Also, how dramatic is Charles? My man was not happy. He ended his race and went and sat on top of the hill and just aura farmed for the rest of the race.
Somebody to pick him up.
He just aura farmed for the whole race.
He just aura farmed on top of the hill, just sitting there. I don't know how he got a phone.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Around the Circuit, Apollo Media's Formula One podcast. As always, I'm Junior, joined by Mark, and today we got Myra back with us. Ivan is out fighting the good fight, working the good work. So we got Myra with us today. We raced in Zandvoort. The summer break was officially over, and we had our first race back, and it was an eventful one. It was... eventful is about the only word I can say. We had, 3 safety cars? Yeah. I know it was at least 2 fulls and at least 1 virtual safety car.
The last one, I think, was a virtual safety car,
Maybe 4 total, 2 and 2?
Yeah,
I'd have to look it up to find the exact numbers, but I know for sure we had 2 full safety cars, thanks to Ferrari and...
Sick.
Yeah, we had a couple virtuals. There was a lot of contact, a lot of bumping. We expected everybody to come out of the gate hard. We expected there to be some fighting. We expected people to be maybe a little bit of desperation.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was so much as desperation as maybe like a summer break hangover, but there was a lot going on. Oscar won. There was a huge. There was a big championship swing thanks to Lando's DNF. Oscar wins, Max takes P2, and the man of the hour, the rookie of the year, Isaac Hadjar, takes his maiden podium. Look, man, people could say maybe he got lucky because of Lando's DNF. But that man
qualified P4.
The man qualified P4 and stayed in P4 the whole race, defending against George Russell, defending against Lewis Hamilton. Yep. Like, he was fighting off Ferrari and Mercedes behind him the whole race. Yeah. He earned that podium. He did everything right. 100%. He made no mistakes. That was the highlight of my race. Obviously, Max P2 has a special place for me, especially at home. You wanted to see him. I wanted him a podium. At home, he got it. We can talk.
I don't even know where to start.
McLaren. Let's start with McLaren because I guess that's the big talk. I mean, that's the championship fight. It's Oscar and Lando. They're fighting amongst themselves. It looked like Lando was getting ready to catch Oscar, and we might have had a fight towards the end of the race. Yeah. Oscar led every lap. Oh, shout out Oscar before we get too far. His first career Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
For those who don't know what a Grand Slam is, he took pole position in qualifying. He led every lap of the race. He got fastest lap, and he won the race.
Goes right back to what we were talking about when we were doing the awards, right? Like, he is a good driver.
Yeah.
He is a very good technical driver.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He puts the car in the right spot. He's very good at defending. He's very good at keeping his pace. Mm-hmm. He manages his tires well. He is a good driver. So everyone who is a Lando fan, that's great. But Oscar is not just winning races and doing well because McLaren's giving him
a good car. Yeah.
He's a good driver.
Yeah. And that's what we talked about last week going into it. I think I said, and everyone agreed, is that you go into the championship fight, it's advantage Oscar. He's the better driver of the two, in my opinion, and amongst pretty much all our opinions, he's the better driver of the two. They both have really good cars. I'm not saying Lando is some chump, but when you compare the two, I mean, it's pretty obvious on who the better overall driver is, who's got the better skill. I use the example of when you see how they both fought Max, because we know how Max is on the track.
Yeah.
Oscar goes toe-to-toe with them. You could see the difference in how they fought him when they needed to, and to me that said a lot.
Yeah.
So unfortunate. You never really want to see the championship fight have a big swing because of a DNF, especially a technical issue. I read this morning that it wasn't an engine issue; it was something else that caused them to leak oil, and then kaput. Yeah, it went. It was unfortunate because I was actually looking forward to seeing them fight towards the end of that race.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what happened. Maybe they took each other out and Max got a win.
You'd much rather them fight and one of them get out, not one of them trying to catch up and then like it's over.
Yeah.
They made a comment about that. Like the commentators made a comment saying that they were curious if Oscar was going to be like more frustrated maybe or like a little annoyed, that Lando was out because of something technical versus them being able to fight.
Absolutely not.
And I was laughing because like, no, why? He's got what it was, like 16 or 18 points now in the championship because of that. No,
I think he's 34 points in the lead now.
Yeah, I was like, he's not going to be frustrated by that. Like, he's going to be happy about it.
Yeah.
But it would have been fun to see them fight. I think we've said this multiple times now. Very curious if McLaren's actually going to let Lando, like, properly fight with Oscar, or if they're going to be like, okay, Oscar, try to switch positions. Oscar, slow down, whatever.
Yeah,
and just give Lando.
I think the hey, we're going to switch positions days are definitely done at McLaren.
I hope so.
It's going to be you fight, you race, whoever's in the lead probably gets the pit advantage, and that's about it. It has been funny to see McLaren fans on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok go crazy on the favoritism.
Oh, yeah.
I got no dog in the fight, so I really don't know. But a lot of people were saying that Andrea and Zach are split. Andrea's favorite is Oscar, and Zach's is obviously Lando. If you saw Zach's demeanor after the race,
so great.
He did not look happy.
See the meme?
I seen I remember the clip where Hadger didn't know where to go after he weighed in.
He was like,
and you just see Zach standing there with his arms crossed, just not a smile on. Like your driver just won the race, and you are like, you just don't look happy about it. It was so weird. I won't dive too deep into it. Maybe he's having a bad day.
We saw the reaction of the entire team after Lando got out, and they're all like.
Well, I seen a clip where, and this was a stretch to me, but it was funny that they had edited it where the radios were going off, where his car went out, and then they show Andrea, and he's like this, and he's got like a smirk on his face.
Oh my God.
And I was like, obviously nobody knows like if that was like happening at the exact moment. It was edited, creating drama, whatever. But it was funny to see like everybody's grasping onto everything amongst those two. They're McLaren fans are just like full blown civil war right now, and it's so hilarious.
The entirety of one these days, it's a drama.
Yeah,
it's the people on the internet making it a drama. It's not
absolutely
100%.
You go on TikTok, Twitter, edits everything. People are always editing, make it look like they're always trying to make Max the villain. They're always trying to make Lando. Oh, even this last season of Drive to Survive, like. Max is the big villain. They show Lando playing with kittens or a dog. What was that? And I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it was.
But you have the same thing with like, what was it, Lewis and George too, right? Like they're cool, and you see everything that you would see when they were doing races and stuff last season. It was like, yeah, of course they're fighting, and we all know the issues that like Mercedes was having with Lewis and Lewis was having with them, but. George and Lewis seemed like they were okay. There were things, but for the most part, they were all right. And then you would see these edits, you would see people, and it was like, you would have thought the two absolutely hated one another, like could not even stand the sight of one another. And then you see the two of them, and they're walking around arm in arm, like having these conversations, like sipping coffee or whatever. And you're just, that's not it.
I feel as if people are always trying to recreate Brosadis.
Yeah.
But you're never going to recreate Brosadis.
That was having it.
Genuine, like, movie plot.
Yeah.
Like, former friends turned, like, teammates now despise each other. It's still going on to this day.
Yeah, they're still not very civil with each other. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see how McLaren moves forward. Obviously, they got a race this weekend. They seem to have known what the issue was, so hopefully they avoid it. It's worth noting, though, like, every engine failure that we've seen this season pretty much has been a Mercedes-supplied engine.
Yeah.
So
curious how that goes. Curious how that goes.
I want to get into it. I know y'all don't, but let's talk about Ferrari. Yeah. We'll start with Lewis.
Let's talk about Ferrari.
Double DNF this weekend.
Oh my God.
Lewis, still not sure what happened. I mean, it looked like the rear end of the car, he lost it for a little bit, and then once he hit that wet paint, because there was a little rain, the paint was a little slicker.
Yeah.
He just the car just got out from under him, and to me, it looked like he was very close from avoiding the wall. But as soon as he clipped it, that was it.
It was over.
Yeah.
The wheel
it was
just
over.
snapped off. Like
Once he
does.
clipped that wall and that front wheel went, I was like, oh man, like it was. It's weird because when you look at drivers like Lewis or Max, or like these guys aren't known for making a lot of errors. Like these guys are top tier drivers. And when we seen in practice at the end of FP1, I don't know if y'all saw it, Max was doing a practice start and he locked up and went into the gravel at the end of the practice session.
It's so wild.
And it was, I know, leading into the race during the practice sessions, I mean, Lewis spun in FP1 and FP2.
Yeah.
Cars were going off into the gravel a lot. I don't know if it was something about the track.
Yeah,
I mean, Zandvoort is tricky. There's the banks. There's the sand that, makes the track slick.
Definitely probably a tricky track to go back to after you have like 3 weeks off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, he lost the car, hit the wet paint, whatever it was. Lewis went out. So now you have Charles. I mean, they were working their way. They looked like they had pace.
The pace was...
Charles had that crazy move on George. Them two were going at it. That 1 or 2 laps where they were racing head to head. That was my favorite. That's F1 right
there.
That's
peak F1.
Yeah,
that's what we don't
F1.
see
I
was sitting
anymore.
my whole team around like, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about.
I was sitting there and I was like, man, like,
we don't see that anymore.
We just don't, and we've talked about
sorry,
that.
But like, you don't see that anymore. I think as long as I've been watching F1, like I've said it to you, Junior, like multiple times, right? Like we don't see that anymore.
No.
Like it's that type of racing over the last few years
has
not
kind of disappeared.
Something that happens. Like you go into a race and it's like, okay, all right, same cars, same people at the top.
Yeah, I think some of the
huge intervals. Boring, nothing exciting.
Yeah.
Everyone's waiting for a safety car. Everyone's waiting for a crash. Everyone's waiting for something.
Since 2021, I mean, the only other moment I can really point out that we've had like decent wheel-to-wheel fighting was 2022 when Charles and Max were going at it.
Yeah.
You look back at the last 3 seasons, I mean, Red Bull dominated. There was just hardly any, and then for most of this season, McLaren has been pretty dominant. Last season, we got a little bit, but it was like Lando and Max. And let's be real, Max pretty much bullied Lando.
Lando just backs off or just...
they had their moments where, like in Austria, when they collided. And they, But for the most part, like seeing fighting like that is almost like a lost art in the sport right now.
It is.
And obviously going into the new regs, we're hoping to get more of that back. But Charles had that moment. He came out ahead. I know it got noted after the race. There ended up being no penalty. Nobody. So he had that. And then Ferrari pits him.
Screws it up.
Kind of an iffy move because they pit him and he lost places.
Yeah.
So then he's rushing out of the pit lane and Kimi does his thing.
Dude.
And look, all I'll say, and I said it before we started, now Charles fans feel the pain that Max fans felt back in Austria. Kimi is, and we've talked about it, he's still a very young kid. He's going to make those rookie mistakes.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen again yesterday.
Okay.
We've seen it happen again. We've seen it happen in Austria. We've seen it happen again this weekend. I think my opinion is the pressure has gotten to him. We were hoping that coming out of the break, it wouldn't be as bad.
Yeah.
I think the pressure got to him. He was trying to stay up in the points, and he sent that move and just completely lost the car. I know we talked about it, Myra. It almost looked intentional, but it just...
You're 55 laps into the race. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist like on these things, but it also is kind of like, it would be one thing if it was... Because it, like you said, it's a tricky track, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not an easy, just kind of the S turns are slow or the curves are slow. It is a tricky track. You're going quick. There's a lot of like curves and they're fast. But you're 55 laps in or 56 laps, whatever it was.
You know where the track is.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know where the pit lane is.
Specifically at that banking, so many drivers talk about how that inside line is basically impossible.
I mean, we've seen, I think it was the same turn. Max at the beginning of the race. He took it.
Yes.
He almost lost the car. Drifted into
the fact
P2.
that he was able to keep P2.
Drifted into P2 on that one. It was an insane move, but I don't know if maybe like Kimi thought he had that. He said, after the race, I think I saw he said he thought he had the inside line and then he just lost it.
Yeah.
But I think it almost looked like he took the inside line and was thinking he was going to come out ahead. And when Charles came over the top, it was just no.
Homeboy forgot where his like steering was. I swear he didn't even like think to turn.
Yeah,
he just was like, I'm just gonna go straight and go straight.
On board, but literally, it doesn't look like he turns at
Yeah.
all.
I'm
looks
saying,
like he thought that he had the line.
Yeah, he
and
was gonna take that.
Okay, I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
Literally, yes. It was like, I'm going. Everyone else can just, I don't know,
just
go around me if they'd like.
The whole weekend, all the drivers talk about that specific turn and how the inside is basically impossible to take, especially for overtakes. It was very frustrating.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we know it's weird. Kimi started off great, and now it's almost like reverse what we thought was going to happen.
100%. It's just, like I said, I think the pressure has gotten to him. I was hoping coming out of the break that he would have some kind of like, okay, I got to remember who I am, like what I can do. I seen it at the beginning of the season that I'm good enough to do this. Coming out of the break, I don't think this race helped him at all. I mean, he's going to look back at it and be like, dang, okay, I messed up. Where can I fix it? Hopefully. Yeah. And hopefully it doesn't, to where if he has a bad weekend in Monza, now he's completely collapsing. Yeah. But I mean, this race just got away from him completely.
You know what surprises me though about all that is that George is a very technical driver.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you think back on what a lot of people have said about George, he's very good at the technical aspect of driving, right? Like any of the like clips, if you've ever watched him when he's looking back at previous races and he's looking to see like the lines he drives, like where's the wind, how is the track, whatever. And if he's even explaining it to someone else, you kind of see that that's the way he assesses whatever he's doing next, right? So having someone like that as your partner and like your first driver, and then Kimi being the second driver and a rookie, is it that George isn't working with him enough? Is it that Kimi's not listening enough? What is it? Because when every driver has been talking about that exact turn, you've spent the whole weekend in practice, qualifying, all of that, realizing that that turn is an issue. You've done 55 laps. You have a driver one who's very good, who's technical, and then you still full send it there and don't think to, use your steering wheel. Like, what are you doing? What's happening?
It's really stupid, but like it's either that, like he's not listening, it was just or what Junior said, like he didn't see Charles coming out.
I mean, he knew Charles was there. I just think he thought he was.
He thought he had the line.
He thought he had the line because it looked like he was taking that low line because he knew he was going to try to get past Charles.
Yeah.
And he didn't expect Charles to come over the top as fast as he did. Because you've seen, like, he hit back end of Charles and put him in the spin cycle.
Yeah.
Spin cycle.
I mean, there's no other way to put it. Also, how dramatic is Charles? My man was not happy. He ended his race and went and sat on top of the hill and just aura farmed for the rest of the race.
Somebody to pick him up.
He just aura farmed for the whole race.
He just aura farmed on top of the hill, just sitting there. I don't know how he got a phone.
Somebody gave him a phone.
Who gave him a phone?
Somebody gave him a phone.
It's clear, like, because you see him going like this. Like, it looks like he's looking back at the clip.
Yeah, he's like watching.
And he's like on the phone with somebody.
Well, it looked like when Lando's car, when Lando lost the car, he was like watching, trying to hear what they were saying. Because I think even Crofty was like, oh, he looks like he's trying to hear our commentary.
Do you see him up against the fence? Like when he first DNF'd or whatever, and he like gets out after the crash. First of all, I was waiting for him to like throw his helmet. I really was like, wait, if he actually starts chucking his gear, I would be all for it because that is such a shitty way to go out.
Yeah.
Right. So then he didn't. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. Like, wow, Charles not crashing out is actually very surprising.
He probably realized it was Kimi and was like,
yeah, can't even lose it, really.
Yeah.
Like,
then he's up against the fence like this, just like.
Because if there's one thing Charles is going to do, he's going to get his pictures in.
Oh, he sure did.
he did.
Somebody said he was getting his thumbnail for, like for all of the
forget
clips.
Having a good race.
Getting a good Instagram picture.
We're going to aura farm and get a good thumbnail.
Yeah.
Because that's all we can do here at Ferrari.
Obviously.
Aura farm.
Also, just going to circle back real quick to Lewis because did you guys read? You must have because, we're going to blame Adami here also really quick because we can't not do that. Let's just go back for a moment about how Adami did not tell Lewis that the rain was coming and that it was going to get wet, but Charles did know that. And then the rain did come and it did get wet. And then eventually the tires got changed. We're still having issues.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to change.
It's
Actually insane.
It's stupid that we've gone this far and Adami has just not been fired. Okay, I don't mind it. Okay, at this point, fucking keep him for the rest of the season. I don't care.
But can we talk about anything?
Yeah, can we talk? Adami, just fucking learn how to talk.
Just say anything. Give the man a little bit of information, just a little bit, so we're
during
not
the safety car. Did y'all catch
when?
So when Lewis went out and there was a safety car, Lando asked. He was like, did he go off because he hit the wet paint? And Lando's engineer was like, yeah, I think that's what it was. He's like, we're confirming, but I think he went off. He caught the paint and it was slicker than. He's like, well, don't you think that's information I should know? He's like, that could be, race changing information.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know what it was that. I mean, we were expecting rain all weekend and we barely got any.
Yeah.
We got a few laps where we had some drizzle, made things a little slick on the outside of track. Really didn't really affect the race. I mean, they never went to inners or anything like that. So,
but there was also, like you were talking about, like the tires, and so they were showing. I was reading some of the radio messages later, and it was talking about how like Lewis was saying, he's like, the back is snappy, the rear is snappy. There's more drag than like I expected. He was talking about. I think he was one of the turns. I think he had said something about turn 8. And then eventually Adami was like, oh, it's turn 9, like manage your tire turn or your brakes or something there. So it's like you're giving him information late or you're giving it to him delayed. Or if he's telling you the car is snappy, like look into it so that you give him the information. Why are you waiting until he's coming out of the pit lane to tell him anything?
Yeah.
Or you're just so
the communication
delayed.
is just not there. It hasn't been all season. I don't think it's going to
year.
change any, unfortunately.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to be miserable Ferrari fans for the remainder of this season.
Yeah,
most
I think
likely.
so.
And we're going to do this every time.
Also, so we got that. Worth noting, Yuki finished in the points.
Yes.
He qualified P12, didn't have a great qualifying. He was struggled. I think I seen a clip where he was like, after the race, he had like a tear. It was just had the single tear. There was like, it was like the dash cam or whatever. He was in the garage after he got eliminated in Q2, and like he's sitting there, and you could tell he's just like frustrated, and then you just see like a single tear just like driving down. I was like, my boy Yuki is just not. P9 isn't great. It's not huge, but you finish in the points. Yeah, you had a little help with the safety cars and everything, but you did enough to get you in the points after all that. It's a start.
Yeah.
We said coming out of the break we wanted to see better performance from Yuki. Hopefully he can build on this. I know he even said it's not great. It's not what I really want, but it's progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max praised the car this weekend, so it's still not fast. I mean, we saw he couldn't even defend when he took P2 at the beginning of the race, but when it came time for Lando to catch up, I mean, he didn't even fight it. He was like, "All right, bye." I think
that was such an easy
in the ready room.
They were talking about
he was like, when there was that clip where they showed the clip where Max passed him, and Max just goes, "Okay, bye, see you later." So, I mean, obviously nobody's comparing to the McLarens right now, but it was nice to see Max have a decent car. I think he only complained about the car once, and that was at the end of the race. They put him on softs after Lando's safety car. He got like a few laps in, and the tires just weren't working. He was like, man, he's like, my ride's gone to shit. Still finished P2.
Yeah.
Double Haas points.
Hey.
Dude,
Ollie Behrman.
Shout out Ollie Behrman.
Shout out
Pit lane
Behrman.
to P6. Are we kidding?
That was amazing.
So good.
And he was your dude.
Yeah,
he's your
that's my guy.
dude. He's your guy.
Pit lane to P6 is super impressive.
Yeah.
Shout out Alex Albon.
Yes.
P15 to P5.
Nobody talked about that.
Nobody really talked about it. I mean, it got mentioned.
Race, but
you talk about Ollie Behrman and Alex Albon. They started at the back.
Yes.
And finished. And Kimmy's 15 seconds worth of penalties didn't help him, and he dropped from like P6 to P16. But talking about Williams, our boy Carlos, bro.
Man.
Me?
Look,
Carlos was
the move. The obviously that was another fight we got to see was him and Liam Lawson. It's very unexpected. But hey, we talked about it. Liam Lawson has been driving well, so he's up there. He's fighting.
Yeah.
Liam Lawson is very. I'm telling you, Liam Lawson has taken like some of the worst parts of Max's style of driving.
He's another one of those
turned
on
it
the
into
track,
just something
man.
else. I don't think
Terrifying.
it was completely Liam's fault. I definitely don't think it was completely Carlos' fault. I think somebody said, I think it was Brundle said at one point they both could have done more to avoid that collision.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah.
It was an incident in the race, in my opinion. They gave Carlos 10 seconds, bro. 10 seconds is nuts.
Me?
Yeah. Who?
Me?
We'll have a talk with the stewards after this. He said, I'm coming for you. And then they didn't even talk to him. Did you see that?
No.
In the post-race conference, they were asking him about it, and he said, well, I wanted to go talk to the stewards. He's like, but they won't see me.
The stewards won't
They
see
wouldn't
him?
see him. They said
That's
that he's like, they talk
That's
about the
insane.
doors always open.
That's
He's like, but
insane.
I just got a text saying that they won't talk to
They
me.
locked that
But
door.
honestly, like, okay, once again, if we go back to talking about how the stewards in the FIA have been run,
The
over
only
the last few
consistency is the
years-
inconsistency.
Yeah. Also, talking about penalties and stuff, Lewis getting a penalty for a before the race penalty over the whatever double yellow flags, but he didn't get that until after the race finished.
Yeah, that was because it was
And
before the race.
It was before
Yeah.
the race, and he's getting the penalty after the race for the next race. Somebody make it make sense. Five places. Like, make it make sense.
We're already in the fucking mud. And you gotta do that shit
Yeah.
after the race, after he's out.
Well, also,
But-
it was weird that, like, I mean,
Once
obviously,
again, penalties. Like, it
those
makes no
kind of
sense.
penalties, they want to push out, like, the fighting, the bumping, whatever. But, like, Gabby had that incident with, who was it that he ran into at the beginning of the race?
Oh yeah.
Was it Colapinto?
I don't remember.
I don't remember who it was, but he had that incident where he ran into somebody at the beginning of the race, and his front wing was like hanging off. And
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
drove with
and
it for a
he's-
while.
yeah.
They noted it. He had to go see the stewards after the race to talk about it,
Huh.
and then there ended up being no decision. He ended up getting no penalty for it or anything like that, which is fine. I mean, I don't think it was huge. I mean, it did create debris on the track, but
That like Lando ran over. You know what? I wonder, did that have anything to do with his failure
they
later?
did say it was something in the chassis, but I don't know. I didn't look too
Curious.
far into it. I just saw that they said it wasn't an engine failure, that it was something else that caused it. So who
That's-
knows? Yeah, it's
But it's just like, I don't know, the whole FIA, the stewards, the penalties, all of it.
very
It's like,
inconsistent,
yeah,
and we've
everything's
talked
gonna
about
be
that so many
consistent.
times.
We're going to get better about it. Okay, when?
Yeah,
Another
I guess
10
next
years
year,
from now?
next
Like,
year with the new regs, we'll get new stewards. I
we
don't know.
just need all new people up there.
Also worth mentioning, we talked about Haas getting double points. We talked about Red Bull getting double points with Yuki in. Alex Albon had a hell of a drive. Double Aston Martin points.
Wild.
Double Aston Martin points.
Truly.
Lance Stroll.
Actually wild.
Look, I'm gonna give Lance his flowers because
So,
we have talked about how bad Lance has been, and we talk about there's 19 professional drivers and then there's Lance Stroll. He had a
Still
terrible practice session, and FP2 crashed out hard. They rebuild the car
only for him to do
only
it
for him
again.
to spin out and crash into the wall again in Q1. Started at the back of the pack, finished P7.
I literally just
I said it. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. Lance will have his moments where he scored points.
I think here's where Lance thrives. And I say this because we've talked about how it's in the rain he thrives. I don't know if it's so much as the rain as he thrives in the chaos. If there's safety cars, he's going to pull some shit out and be like, all right, cool, here's my chance. There goes that car, there goes that car, there goes that car. Cool. Here, I'm going to sit right here in the middle. Here's P7. Here's some points for the team.
Yeah.
There's the guys who know that they're mid and they're gonna stay mid, you know?
Yeah.
And they're like, that's cool.
I'll just
You're
take
right.
advantage.
We're
I'll
gonna
just take
take the
advantage when I
points
can, yeah.
and we're gonna sit here and we're okay with that.
And then Alonso P8.
Yeah.
Alonso was very angry at one point during the race. I don't know if you saw. They pit him into traffic.
He was so
And
mad.
he was pissed.
He was mad.
But he recovered.
Yes.
He finished in the points. I don't know if this is something that Haas and Aston Martin can continue.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think without the bad luck, I think Carlos could be up there with Alex. Carlos has struggled, and he's had a lot of bad luck this season.
Yeah.
It hurts me as a Carlos fan. We still don't have a podium. My hat is still that Williams hat is just collecting dust at my house right now. Alex has gotten close, but I don't.
Close.
I might just have to wear it and like maybe rub some good
You
juju.
should wear it and see if it helps give him
That's what I was saying.
love,
Rub some
right?
good juju. Maybe like
I said it last week. I was like, I want an Nico Hulkenberg type thing, and we got it. We got Hadjar.
Yeah,
We
We
can get
did.
an Alex Albon P3.
Hey.
We can get it.
we need
Honestly,
it.
I feel like Albon deserves it. Like
Yeah.
Albon deserves
He's been
it.
he's been driving his ass
Out
off.
of
He did
most-
struggle a little bit and made some mistakes there at the end of the first half. But having a drive like this, your first race back,
Yeah,
hey, you can do nothing but finish the season strong off something like that, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I agree. He's been progressively better.
Yeah.
Right? Like year over year, he's kind of just pushed it a little bit, and then this year, whatever it is that's like clicked for him.
Well, we've talked about it a
He's
few
done
times
better.
this season already. Me and Ivan have mentioned
Yeah.
it, and even you. We've talked about how something about Carlos joining the team
Agreed.
elevated Alex. Yes,
Yep.
Carlos is a good driver. He did great things in Ferrari. It sucked that they replaced him like that. But when you get like Carlos even said, you get replaced by a 7-time world champion, you take the lick and you go find another team.
Yeah.
I expected more from Carlos this year,
Yeah.
but he has had his moments. He's like I said, he's run into bad luck. Williams, I've been saying all season, Williams is back. I mean, they're still sitting P5 in this constructors
Something like that.
or
yeah.
somewhere close, and I could check it here in a second. But Alex has been a huge part of that. Alex has been driving
He has
his
been.
ass off. Yeah,
Even-
they're still sitting P5. They're still 18 points ahead of Aston Martin.
Also, I think that people I like Carlos fine, and I think that to be very clear, right? The same way that I stick up for Lewis and that this is his first year in Ferrari,
Yeah,
it's the same thing for
yeah.
Carlos.
It's his first year on a new
right?
team.
And we don't give him enough credit for that. And there's a lot of people who probably do write off where Carlos is because, oh, he went to Williams. Williams is crap, whatever, shitty car, this, that, and the other. And, oh, but Alex is doing great. Yeah, but Alex is doing great because he's been there. He's fine. He's okay, whatever. This is a new car
Yeah,
Yeah.
for Carlos.
Yeah.
And Ferrari is not built like a lot of the other cars. The Williams car was not tailored to Carlos.
Yeah.
So the same way that Lewis is struggling, it's not because Lewis is a shit driver. It's not
new
Carlos is a
teams,
shit driver.
New cars,
It's
new
everything.
engineers. Yeah, it's everything.
You cannot, anybody who expects, and I think I've said this from the very beginning, and I said it to you as soon as Lewis announced he was going to go to Ferrari, people were like, oh my God, he's going to do amazing. I said, not that first year. No, he's not. And anybody who believes he is crazy because there's no way he's going to get in a new car and know what to do. Anybody who believes he's fighting for a championship, anybody who believes he's actually going to podium often doesn't understand. Same thing for Carlos.
I literally said at the beginning of the year, I think I said on the podcast, I don't know if I did at the beginning of the year, how people were saying oh, Lewis H World Championship. No, it's going to take a couple of years. It's good. I'm like, I want to see this first year. And then when we go into the new regs, I want to see that.
Yeah.
And then Lewis can go from there. We go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's not going to win an 8th World Championship this upcoming year. I'm like, there's no way.
He said the
There's no
same thing
possible
too. And
Right.
I mean, Carlos, I think Carlos is a
Yeah.
good driver. He absolutely pushed Charles last year at Ferrari.
Yeah.
They were both a little bit of a menace to one another.
Yeah,
And they
especially there at the end.
Yeah. They were both like, we're going to dig in where we want to dig in. And I think Charles absolutely needs Lewis in order to find that fire a little bit. I think Lewis also needs Charles in order
Yeah.
to find the same thing. I think they both are complementary of each other.
I mean, they're both
Alex-
in the same situation.
100%. Alex needs Carlos because they do balance each other well, but we need the new regs. We need another year. We need the car to be built correctly for them and tailored more to each of those drivers.
Yeah.
And then you stand a chance to see better racing, better fighting.
Of course.
That's the main thing we've heard Lewis said, too, that next year the car will be more tailored to him.
Yeah. Yeah. So people just, I don't know. I think
I
that
understand
Carlos
wanting
deserves that love too.
I understand wanting the immediate results, but it's just not something you're gonna have. And we've mentioned that a lot too. People forget that Carlos is also on a new team. So
Exactly.
even though it's a shitty team, and you see Alex, I say a shitty team, they weren't known for being very great. You know, to see where they were last year, to see them sitting at P5 now, to see the drives that Alex has put together, Carlos has shown moments as well. He's had a lot of bad luck, and I think a lot of that comes into just this new situation for him.
Yeah.
So next year will be interesting to see, and even the rest of this season. Maybe they find something. I'm still holding hope for a Williams podium. Maybe I'll wear my hat on a preview episode that we do, just to kind of like
good luck.
Good luck. Yeah. If it all goes wrong, I'll never wear it again. So this weekend, it's another race weekend. We're in Monza, the Temple of Speed. Whew. It's Ferrari's home race.
Lord. God bless.
Kind of again, because they had Imola earlier this year, but Monza is always known as the home race for Ferrari, the home race for the Italians. I am interested to see Kimi's welcome home, because
I'm terrified. I'm legitimately terrified because, man, if something goes wrong this race, I'm scared of how Kimi,
I think Kimi's going to crash out.
We're either going to see Kimi crash out or just full on just cry.
Kimi, I'm interested to see his welcome because, like I said, Italy is home for him. Yeah. I expect a warm welcome. I know a lot of the Tifosi probably aren't happy with them right now after what happened with Charles, but hey, the kid's a rookie. He just turned 19
literally
2 days
he's
ago.
A child.
You got to give him a break. It sucks. Trust me. I know. I watched him take out Max earlier this year. It sucks. I get it. He's going to be all right. I think Kimi's going to be fine. I think he's just still very young, and it's a huge jump from F2, F3, or whatever he jumped from, to jump into a team like Mercedes.
Yeah.
Where you're racing against guys like Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton.
He needed more time.
Charles Leclerc, I think he needed more time, but whatever. He's here now. He's shown that he can do it. He's already had a podium.
Yeah.
We got a Kimi and a Hadjar podium before we got a Yuki podium.
That's wild.
It's sad. I hate it, but it is what it is. I'm happy for the kids. I've been saying it. They're the best two rookies. You shout out Gabby. He's done great things in the kick Sauber car, but Hadjar has been driving his ass off. He still has not been eliminated in Q1.
Yeah.
In qualifying.
Love that kid, man.
The kids.
Goat.
I'm scared for him because I think they're going to make him drive against Max next year at the main Red Bull team.
Did you see that? Them asking him how he would, if he wants to be with
Max
him
and Max were like, Max was like, I don't like him. I don't want him.
That's pure hatred. He's a Lewis fan. He hates that motherfucker.
He said, I don't want to be with Max.
But also after the fact they mentioned,
funny.
It was funny coming from him that, he mentioned racing against Max, or being behind Max and sharing the podium with Max. He's like, Max is always someone I've looked up to as well.
100%.
So it's just funny to see, we've talked about, you've seen Max is one of the first ones congratulating him.
Yeah.
And when he got, for the podium, it's just the way that these rookies have clinged on to Lewis and Max.
We talked about it before.
There's just the mother hens,
they're the dads of the track.
And it's just it's awesome to see. I think it's a big. The season's not over, so I can't say bookend moment, but it's almost a bookend moment when you see, and we talked about it in our awards episode when we gave him Rookie of the Year so far.
Yeah.
The race one where he crashed out before the race even started. He had a meltdown, kind of. Anthony Hamilton picked him up. Everybody was like, "Hey, it's your first race. It happens." Everybody was going off on that race. That race was a mess in Australia. To finally getting a podium in Zandvoort,
F1 Instagram posted an edit of it, and it says how it started. I think I
how
reposted
it started
it
and how it's going. It was amazing.
I was emotional.
Amazing.
I was watching it. I was like,
podium.
Before we get into, and I know I already mentioned Monza though, I gotta shout out the F1 Academy.
Leah
Block got her first podium.
Yeah.
America.
Nina Gaidman,
the
Dutch national, won her first race. It was race one of the, because they had two races this weekend. Race one, she was declared unfit. I don't know why. I tried to look and find out why she was declared unfit, but she was declared unfit in FP2. She didn't get to drive. The medical didn't clear her.
That's crazy.
She ended up being able to qualify and race. Her home race on her birthday won her first F1 Academy race.
Get it, girl.
So I had to shout that out. Leah Block got her first podium. Shout out Leah Block, big, obviously Williams driver.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I had to give him some love because I watched that this weekend and I was like, man, that's cool.
Yeah.
Winning your home race on your birthday.
That's so badass.
For your maiden win, you can't ask for much more.
Cinema.
Yeah, that's pure cinema.
Shout out Susie Wolf for being
Susie, I can't wait. Somebody actually asked us if we're gonna see a female driver in F1 soon, and I think it's still quite a few years out. but it's heading that way quick.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Susie Wolf's doing everything she can. The F1 Academy is gaining popularity. I think the Netflix show kind of helped that too.
Yeah, definitely.
1,000%. Lewis is super involved with it.
Yeah,
too.
he's huge because Maya Wagman. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Wagman. She's a Ferrari driver, and she won race 2. And I saw Lewis shouted her out on his like Instagram story or something like that. So
super curious to see if Susie transitions at all into like actual F1, like in any capacity whatsoever.
We've talked about it.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she's happy with trying to get that first female driver on the grid.
I think so too.
And then we go from there.
Yeah.
So
would be cool.
In Monza this weekend, Temple of Speed. It's going to be we're going to see a lot. If Zandvoort was any indication of how the second half of the season is going to go, I fear we are going to get some crash outs and some chaos. I don't know what to expect. I do expect another McLaren win. Honestly, I see Oscar going back to back.
Yeah, I do too.
I know Charles won last year. He got the home win. The scenes were insane. They were in the black suits. The Tifosi, the flags were all on the track for the podium.
It was cinema.
It was amazing.
But it was still a Ferrari mess up. They put him out on a one stop.
What's new?
I mean,
they put him out on one stop, forgot, and we're like, oh, he won.
Oh,
Yeah,
congratulations.
oops.
We meant to do that.
Yeah.
We definitely didn't forget to pit him again.
So
our bad.
I think
isn't that always how it goes?
People look forward to Monza because it's not like there's a bunch of turns. It's a lot of straights, a lot of fast corners. It's called the Temple of Speed for a reason.
Yeah.
The tire management is going to be real interesting.
Yeah, I mean it's only 53 laps, but it's like I said, it's a longer track. I just expect chaos. I really do. I expect chaos. I expect the McLarens to actually fight because they're really going to put that speed to the test.
Yeah.
I don't think Red Bull's going to fend well. I don't know. I
think they will. I think
so?
I think Max will because Max
this is one of those tracks that Max
is still okay. It's still tire management.
Yeah.
Speed is so important, but what is the conversation I feel like we've all had so many times? Tire management is incredibly important. Even if you do a 2 pit stop strategy, who are the people who constantly screw up with degradation and tire management? George Russell. Always full sends it at the wrong time and then ends up in like a situation.
A DQ.
Right. Right now, I feel like Kimi does not know when and where to do these things.
Yeah.
So another person. Feel like Lando and Oscar have rocket ships and are a good driver. Well, I think Oscar is a great driver. I think Lando is a good driver, but right now when they're fighting each other and they've got the speed, but now you've got
I want to see how Lando bounces back with the pressure on him now there's it went from a 9 to a 34-point gap.
Yeah.
You have to perform
This
now.
is like the last time we've said it over and over and over. Like, are you going to show up? Are you going to bounce back? This is the time where you have to bounce back.
I think they said he has to win 7 out of the next 9 races to like win or something like that. 6 or 7. Yeah, something like that. 7 out of the next 9 races to win.
6.
I don't think it's going to be him. I think it's still going to be Oscar.
I think Oscar's going to win this.
It's going to be Oscar.
I hope he does.
So
I don't know.
Do we want to get our podium predictions? Driver of the day. We all predicted. Well, I know me and you predicted Max to win driver of the day. It's home race. He was like second in voting, but you couldn't.
You're not beating Hadjar.
You're not beating Hadjar getting his maiden podium.
Yeah.
Even if he was finished P4, I think Hadjar at one point was in the lead when he was sitting P4 when the voting first opened.
He was just.
I don't remember
good.
who Ivan had predicted to win driver of the day. My podium predictions were almost spot on until Lando's car blew up, which I'm not mad at. I mean, P2 for Max and Hadjar, I've said that. But I think it's going to be I think we're going to get the 1-2 from McLaren. It's going to be another Oscar win. I think Oscar can smell the championship. He's got the bigger lead. He doesn't have as much pressure as Lando. Like we said, Lando has to win like a certain amount of races out of the next 9 to even get a chance. Yeah. We have not seen Lando perform well under pressure. So I just don't. I think he's still going to be fast enough to take P2, but I don't think he's going to get the win here in Monza. I think Charles bounces back for a podium. I think Charles is angry. Charles has not had a great season. It's understandable. He's had quite a few podiums. Ferrari has not been good this year, but I think he's going to bounce back. It's their home race. He loves racing in front of the Tifosi.
Yeah, he gets a real kick out of it.
Yeah, that's his, and that's why I think he'll be with Ferrari forever.
Exactly.
Oh, 1,000%.
He loves it so
He
much.
loves it.
It's
like fires them up.
I think he takes a podium behind the McLarens, and then it's Tifosi. Charles is gonna get driver of the day.
Bro, why did you?
I
take
agree.
Mine? You took mine. Like you took like word
We
for
can have
word.
the same one.
Fine, that's the
Dang.
same for me. Like I was thinking about replacing Lewis and Charles, but nah, I'm going same. Oscar win, Lando second. Like you said, Lando is gonna get second. It's gonna be the same situation where it's going in the end of the race. They're gonna be like, oh, Lando's catching up. And then he's gonna do something wrong and fall behind.
Yep.
And I'm hoping we get another Ferrari mess up and it goes well.
Yeah,
Charles
right? And you
to an
correct
advantage.
this time.
And so yeah, I think Charles will be P3. Hopefully, Lewis is not far behind.
Yeah.
But that's just hopium talking at this point.
Copium. We like copium. Copium and hopium. I'm actually going to switch it up a little, which is surprising. And you'll like it. I actually think it's going to be Oscar, Charles, Max.
It'd be like,
Or
that'd be,
Oscar, Max, Charles.
that'd be a really nice podium. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Like,
I'd be jumping up
surprisingly.
and down in my house if that happened. I'd be like, let's go.
I feel like that's the first and only time I've ever put Max on a podium, like not even willingly, just optionally been like, okay, Max will have a podium.
Fine.
But I actually could see
Yeah.
it.
I
And
think-
I hope Lewis is like right there at fourth.
Yeah.
I
mean,
want to
would
say
like him to
Max,
take
and
third,
that's
but-
because like I seen good things out of Red Bull this past weekend. Like
Yeah.
they went into this race where okay, we got a decent car. The car's not. Max has said the car feels great. We got nothing to lose. Let's fucking send it.
Yeah.
They were on a different tire strategy from everyone else on the track from the start. They made moves that were like, oh, okay, and it just paid off. And so if they can carry that over, shout out my queen Hannah, the lead strategist over at Red Bull. She does her thing.
Plan C.
Hey, chaos.
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 We need a
You
Sunny
know what?
Hayes Plan
I
C.
really hope you're right, and I really hope that Max takes another podium because they're racing with house money right now. They got nothing
Yeah.
to lose. They
Yeah.
know Max isn't going to win the Drivers' Championship. They know they're going to be stuck in probably like fourth, maybe third for the constructors.
Yeah.
They're just doing what they can. I think if they just keep doing that with Max and putting a little more focus into Yuki, they could possibly creep into third for the constructors.
Would be curious though, because again, Tifosi, you're back, you're in Monza. Really curious if Ferrari decides to get it together, knowing that people are annoyed,
Yeah.
and does something
Insane.
with not just Charles but Lewis this time as well, because this really is their like last chance, like their last stand before the end of the year to be
Yeah.
like, hey, we're in front of Tifosi, we're here, we're home, and we're gonna like full send, we're gonna get it all right, we're gonna whatever it is in every way we possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
Super curious if they can.
Who was your driver of the day?
Charles.
Okay.
Yeah. I could see my second pick would be Lewis, only because it's still a Ferrari driver.
Yeah. I think if one of
If
them
he's
ends up on the podium
yeah.
or just drives really well, they could
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah. I just think it's going to be a Ferrari person.
I guess we'll see. We're gonna go into, like I said, we go into the Temple Speed, and we'll see what kind of comes out of it this weekend, and then we'll be back next week to recap. Hopefully, it's just exciting as Zandvoort. I enjoyed Zandvoort,
I
but
hope it's exciting.
a lot of
I'm not
it-
as depressed coming
Yeah,
in to record.
seriously.
I can't relate.
I just want you to know that I texted Junior immediately and was like, how is Mark? Where is Mark? Is he okay? Because I'm not okay.
When Lewis went out,
What
it was the
is-
first thing she texted me, and I was like, I already texted him. I'm waiting for a
I was
reply.
like, hey, I just need to know. Also,
Junior
like,
just texted me Mark update, and I was just like, get the
Wellness check.
I said, are we, like, where's Mark? I'm going to bring tissues. Like, what time is an adult beverage okay tomorrow morning? Like, I was
Hopefully
not
tomorrow,
good. Not
next
alright.
week is a little bit, we come in a little bit happier out of the chaos. Like I said, we'll be back next week to recap. Shout out our sponsors, Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary Mix, Get it wherever you get your favorite Bloody Mary mix. You zing, we zing. We all zing responsibly.
Yeah.
And shout out Big City Wings, Apollo's Wing Joint, Houston's Wing Joint, your Wing Joint. Go get you some grub. They got it all: wings, burgers, fries, loaded fries, all the goodies.
Yum.
We're ready to go to Monza?
No.
No.
We'll be back next week to recap the Temple of Speed. We'll see y'all next week. We're out. Peace.
Ferrari therapy session. Shout out.